So it's no surprise nowadays that the USA really is developing a good group of players in MLS and, of course, obviously outside of MLS. But look, not every single player is developing the way we want them to, and I think a big part of that is the club that they currently play at. So I think I compiled a pretty good list of players here that I think deserve or really need a different club. What's up, guys? If you're new here, my name is Drew. We cover everything USA Soccer and MLS on this channel, and if you're a fan of that, subscribe down below, and while you're down there, hit the like button, and be sure to follow me on my Instagram as well. So I'll give you guys like 5 seconds to do that real quick. Alright, without further ado, let's just get to it. So yeah, I think I have 6 players here to talk about in this video. Not every single player is going to be likely to leave their current club, but I think these are all players that really should and deserve a new club. Yes, that means they all should be transferred to a different club, not loaned to it, because I really just not a big fan of loans for the most part. So there's one guy on here, you guys might have a freaking heart attack for me wanting to be transferred, listed away from their current club, but who cares? It's my list. So let's just get started. The first guy on my list, of course, is none other than goalkeeper Ethan Horvath, playing right now for Club Brugge. He's got a total of 2 appearances so far in his time in Club Brugge, this season so far at least. I think he's literally warming the bench as warm as possible because he is not getting any playing time there at all for Club Brugge, and it's really a shame. It's a really big shame. He's got 4 caps for the USA national team, and I think he really deserves a lot more. I think he really is one of our best goalkeepers coming up. You know, he's 25 years old. That's still young for a goalkeeper. A lot of people come to me telling me that Ethan Horvath is better than Zach Steffen, but I have yet to see otherwise. Zach Steffen is still my undisputed number 1 goalkeeper, followed by Ethan Horvath as number 2, and of course Matt Turner at number 3, if you're wondering where Matt Turner falls in that situation. But Ethan Horvath, to me, he's getting no playing time there. He's kind of like forgotten about for the most part. I think the last time I heard about Ethan Horvath was when that time he played Champions League soccer, played in the Champions League for Club Brugge and helped them earn a point there or something, and he was really emotional about it. After that video, I haven't heard nothing about this dude. Nothing. So I think his development there is really stagnant. It's really like not going anywhere. He's got a lot of potential in this dude. I think a move away from Club Brugge, maybe even Belgium as whole, maybe try a Premier League team or maybe even the Bundesliga, I think would be a great move for Ethan Horvath. But Ethan Horvath, you gotta get the fuck out of there. Oh, and for all you guys out there saying, you know, Zach Steffen is also a bench warmer for Man City. Yeah, but he's not warming the way Ethan Horvath's warming that freaking bench at Club Brugge. Simone Mignolet is hogging up all the freaking playing time and appearances there for Club Brugge, and Ethan Horvath has barely gotten any scraps left. Whereas Zach Steffen really has made a lot of appearances for Man City, considering it's his first season with the club, like his first real season, his full season with the club. He's played all Carabao Cup matches for Man City, the FA Cup. He's played a Premier League game and a Champions League game as well, and I think he has more chances to appear for Man City than Ethan Horvath does appearing for Club Brugge at any competition. So there's that argument. Next on my list I have here left back Anthony Robinson from Fulham FC in the Premier League. I think Anthony Robinson, he is one of the best left backs right now in the Premier League and one of the best players right now for Fulham. But I think the reason I have him on my list is that I think now he's just too good for Fulham. And look, all due respect to you Fulham fans and just Fulham in general, Fulham is a great team for Americans. Obviously, Clint Dempsey and Brian McBride are legends there. But Anthony Robinson, his game, I feel like, has surpassed Fulham. Fulham is a team who kind of really is not really challenging the top too much. Really not going to get into Europa League or really Premier League soccer. I don't see it happening. But I'd rather not see him play in a team that's fighting for relegation. I want to see him play for a team that's winning. And I feel a lot of people really underrate Anthony Robinson. They really want to have Dest as left back and Reggie Cannon as right back or whatever. But if you're asking me, I would pick Anthony Robinson as our starting left back, undisputed, and Sergio Dest as our right back. That's the way I want to see it. And I think Anthony Robinson gets underrated a lot because of maybe the team he plays for. I think if he played for like Man City, or if he played for freaking, Chelsea or whatever, he would be more respected among the community of USA Soccer. I would like to see him move somewhere, maybe another team in the Premier League. That'd be good. If not, maybe Italy as well. That would be interesting to see over there as well. But Anthony Robinson, yeah, get the fuck out of there. The next one I got to talk about, I feel like you guys are going to have a hard time hearing this, but I think Chris Richards needs a new club. Ooh, I know. Hate comments. Oh, man, I'm crying. I don't care. Chris Richards, dude, I think he needs a new club. He's another bench warmer there for Bayern Munich. I know Bayern Munich, the best team right now in the world, but most of his appearances have come for Bayern's second team, which is in the third division of the Bundesliga or of Germany, whatever. But he has made appearances for the Bayern senior team, 3 appearances in the Bundesliga and 3 appearances in Champions League, which is pretty cool. Actually, 1 appearance in the Super Cup as well. But look, I think that I know he's playing with some great players in terms of defenders, like great defenders there at Bayern. I know he's playing with the best team in the world, but he's really not. You know, he hasn't really started too many games for Bayern. He really isn't playing too much for Bayern's senior team. So I consider him more as a training with the team rather than him playing for the team. Does that make sense? Like, I feel if he was a player who was playing at a team where he was a consistent starter week in and week out, a lot of people would rate him more higher. Now, a lot of people rate Chris Richards really highly, myself included. I think I made a video a couple weeks ago or months ago where I said our best possible 11 right now. And I mentioned Brooks and Richards as our starting center backs, where I think I jumped the gun there. I think Matt Miazga could probably take that spot right now. But I think we're all just hyping this dude up a lot. But I think we need to see more of him first before we go ahead and put him as a partnership alongside John Brooks at the national team level. So I think a transfer would be better than a loan. I don't like loan spells, like I said. I think him being loaned out, he'll play for a team, week in and week out as a starter, comes back from the loan after that season. And if he doesn't get loaned out, he's probably still in the same situation as a bench warmer or really as a substitute, really trying to fight for minutes for the senior team as in the starting 11. Make sense? Probably. And now it gets fun on this list. We got to go to attackers, the wingers, strikers, whatever. And the first guy I have here as a winger, and that's Conrad de la Fuente, or Conrad as he wants to be called now. So I think Conrad really needs to get the hell out of Barcelona, guys. Look, Barcelona is stacked with just talented wingers. Obviously, Coutinho, Trincao, Pedri. Like, they have a lot of support. Dembele, Ansu Fati. Conrad is not going to compete with these guys. These guys are far beyond Conrad's level. They're around the same age, too, most of them. And they have already, more world class than he is. He's not at that level. They're higher, so he's going to have to fight for those minutes a lot. And he has had 0 appearances for Barca's senior team in the La Liga. Most of his appearances have come for Barca's B team, which is playing in, I think, the second or third division of Spanish soccer or Spanish football for all you fucking crazy heads out there. He did have 2 appearances for Barca in the Champions League. Not starters, obviously. He was more of a bench, coming off the bench, a substitute, whatever. But still, not a lot of minutes either. I think it's not looking good for Conrad here. And even with the Barca B team, he's not a starter there either. He's not starting all their games. He's starting some of their games. A little more than half, but he's not a starter there either. So it makes you wonder, dude, Conrad, you got to get the fuck out of there, bro. Like, Barca is not a team that does loan spells well, okay? Besides Coutinho, who had success loan spell at Bayern Munich, but I think for the most part, being a Barca fan myself, since for over 10 years now, I've seen the way they loan out players. They usually come back and they get sold or loaned out again, or just really don't fit in with the squad anyway, and then eventually get sold. And I don't want that to happen to Conrad. I think Conrad deserves a different team. I would like to see him go and play for maybe another team in the Spanish division. I think that'd be great. He knows the country already. He knows the language. He's comfortable there. He's been there for years now. I think that'd be an easier transition than going to the Premier League or the Bundesliga. I think he'll have more maybe offers there from La Liga teams as well. So, Conrad, you gotta get the fuck out of there. Next up, we have here a player that I feel like I get a lot of stick for supporting or really rating highly, and that, of course, is Jordan Morris. Dude, I freaking love Jordan Morris. Like, this guy is one of my favorite soccer players in general, one of my favorite USA national team players. This guy, I think he's good. He's a good player. In MLS, he kills it. He's one of the biggest stars right now in MLS, but that's just it. It's in MLS. And a lot of us right now, we know MLS is not one of the biggest leagues in the world right now, but give it some time, we will be, baby. We will be. But right now, we're not. And a lot of USA soccer fans, myself included, want to see Jordan Morris test himself outside of MLS and see what he's really made of out there. Like, we know what he's made of here in MLS. We know the kind of guy he is. He's 26 years old right now. He's getting up there slowly in age. So I want to see him now. He's in the prime of his career. This is the time to go. Jordan Morris, if you're watching this, number one, I DM'd you, bro, like 4 times. You don't reply to me. That hurts. You're my favorite player. That hurts, bro. But really, I think Jordan Morris is a good dude. I think he's a good player. I really think he deserves or needs a different move to really test himself and kind of hush his critics and move abroad. It's time now. It's really, really time for Jordan Morris to leave Seattle or leave MLS and just go somewhere in Europe. He has to. And that's that. Jordan Morris, you got to get the fuck out of there. And the number 1 guy I have here on my list that needs a new club ASAP, he needs this more than every other guy on this list, and that, of course, is Josh Sargent. Ooh, if you guys don't know what's going on with Josh Sargent, his club sucks, man. Werder Bremen, I just don't like the way they operate. I don't like the way they play. They don't fit his playing style. I think Josh Sargent's potential gets kind of downrated or really just downplayed by a lot of USA Soccer fans because Matthew Hoppe came along and scored a freaking hat trick, and now people drop Sargent as our starting striker. Hoppe is our main striker now, but for me, I think Josh Sargent, his game is better. I think Josh Sargent is still our number 1 striker. He's our future number 9, and that's how it's going to stay for right now. I have not seen anything otherwise to prove me wrong. I mean, I think if he was at a better club, at least a more successful club where he doesn't have to do all the work, where he gets provided the good through balls, gets some good crosses in from some better support, he can score more goals, he can hush his critics up, and just really cement himself as our number 1 starting striker. So Josh Sargent, you got to get the fuck out of there. You really got to get the hell out of there, bro. That is not the place for you. We need somewhere different. Maybe a different Bundesliga team would be nice. Maybe in the Premier League would be good too, but I mostly see him playing probably somewhere else in the Bundesliga, and that's fine for me. But that's all I have for you guys today. That is my list of players that I think need a different club to play for currently to help their growth and obviously to help the growth of the U.S. national team. So let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to hear your own list. I would love to hear what you guys think about my list. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for kicking it with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.